Hi, I'm Christine and I'm here to tell you a little bit about the Tractive Mini that we purchased. And the reason we purchased it is because after 8 years of keeping our little cats indoors, we were experiencing a lot of problems with anxiety, especially in our male cat. Our male cat was peeing in different places around the house. We tried Prozac for a year. We tried all sorts of things, but it seems the only thing that has stopped the peeing is allowing him to go outside. And even though we live in Southern California where there's coyotes and we live in a neighborhood where there's a lot of dangers, like cars, we decided with our pet insurance in place and everything else that we are gonna go ahead and let them be outdoor cats from about 8 a.m. in the morning till about 6 p.m. at night, depending on what time of the year it is. So about 4 weeks ago, we started letting them out and we were using the Apple tags, AirTags, and we put little initials on them so we knew which cat was which. This tag is pretty cool. This little holder I have has a really kind of cool thing where it's got the kind of QR code that if they get lost or if this comes off because it's a breakaway collar, that it can be returned to the house. You actually register it on Tag Help. I can't remember the name of it, but it says scan for help. Anyway, this feature is super cool and I wish Tractive had this. But the problem with the AirTag is that it didn't give us exact locations. If the cats got further away than 40 or 50 feet from our phones, then we'd have to walk around the neighborhood. Mind you, they don't go far, they go like 2-3 houses, but we'd have to walk around the neighborhood to find them. So we decided to bite the bullet and go ahead and buy 3 of these Tractive Cat Minis in 3 different colors because we have 3 cats. And this has been working out pretty well for our needs, especially since we bring them in every night. So as soon as they come in, the GPS goes right onto the charger. So it makes it really quite easy. This is the size of it. You can see it, the size of it next to my hand. It's not very big. It's not very cumbersome. It's got these 2 little thingies on the back side, and I will show you in a minute how we charge it. But this is working out pretty good. The only thing that I wish Tractive had done, and I do like their collars, actually, the collars are really nice, is it would be great if they had one of these QR codes to connect it. One cool thing that this does have, the feature that does have, is there's this little slide on the inside, and you can slide it over or slide it to the side. This one's fully back. These are 20-pound cat. So we have it all the way this side, the far right side when you're looking at it. I guess it depends on if you've got it up or down. But we have this set up for him, and it makes it a lot harder since he's 20 pounds to open it. Whereas with my other cats, we have it in the middle. They're about 10 to 12-pound cats, and that pops off a lot easier. So it's all based on weight. If they get stuck on something, we don't want it to pop off really easily. I can say don't make the mistake of, and I'm going to cover up my address, don't make the mistake of writing on this with a permanent marker because it's just going to rub off. So that was a mistake we made with it. So charging this is really easy. We keep all 3 on the countertop bar. All you have to do is look for the 2 little metal circles. I don't know, the charging contact spots, I guess that's what you call them, and match them up here, and then you just pop it in. And you can see when it goes red, it means it's charging. We've noticed that in a day, it loses about 20% of a charge. So it goes down to maybe the lowest it'll go down to is 75. But we've made a habit of going ahead and charging it every single night, although I'm sure it could last 2 nights or 3 nights. We go ahead and charge it every single night because we want to make sure that they have a full charge in case they got lost. But also it's really easy to do, and we want them to associate the collars with going outside. So every day in the morning we get them up. We feed them, we put their collars on, and I say, collars, and they come, they get their collars put on, and then we open up our catio door so that they can go in and out freely. It's pretty easy to pop this on. When you put it in, this little thing fits right inside. You want to put it so that the label is facing up, and you're just going to tuck it in like this, and then you just pop it on, and then you put it on your cat, and it works really well. We were using the Apple Airtag for about a week when we ordered the Tractive. I would guess that it works fine if your yard is enclosed and you're not worried about your cats jumping the wall. For my big cat, Woollyback, who's too fat to jump the wall and he only stays in the backyard, having this would have been perfectly fine. We could have just kept this. But having this is much better because I can find them anywhere live. The GPS works pretty well. I've been at work, which is like 2.5 miles away, and I can see exactly where they are. The only thing I would recommend is don't turn on the power saver mode. The problem with the power saver mode is that it's working off of your Wi-Fi, and if your cats are near your Wi-Fi, you can't see their exact location, really. It doesn't do that. It just says they're in the safe zone or in their Wi-Fi zone. I kept ignoring that, and now it would send me the signal every single time I opened it up, but after ignoring it after a while, it doesn't do it anymore. So we don't have the power saver on just because it's not necessary. We take it off every single day. That's the only thing, especially if you live in a neighborhood, I wouldn't put the power saver on. The second thing that we don't like about it is that the chime, when you ring it, it's not very loud. So you kind of have to be really close. And if there's a lot of noise around you, we live a 1/4 mile from a freeway, so there's always that noise of the freeway in the distance. If a truck's going by, something's making noise, you're not going to hear it. You really have to be maybe within 20 feet of the cat to hear it. But what we've done with that sound is we've trained them to understand that that sound means they're going to get fed. So that's one of the ways we call them back in at 6 p.m. So my husband gets on his phone, I get on my phone. He calls Caliban, I call Woollyback. I never call him when he's across the street because I don't want him to race across the street in front of a car possibly. So I go look on the map, see is he on my side of the street? When he's on my side of the street, then I press the ring button and I can watch him actually running back home. And sure enough, he's popped over the fence and he's back inside, and that means it's dinner time. So there's lots of little things that you could do with that sound. When you do ring the sound, it seems to continue to ring, so you have to remember to turn it off, but when they come inside, then you can turn it off. So that's it. If I were to say what you could do better, Tractive, I would say getting one of these QR codes is really cool. So establishing a QR code on this, I mean, I could probably change these out and go ahead and use this for my Tractive, but I do love how these have the weight thing on it because that helps keeping it on. I would say making that sound a little bit louder, and for other people, battery life would be a good idea, making sure the battery life is longer. Also, price is pretty expensive. So buying it wasn't expensive. I can't remember how much it was. It was like $35, $40 each. It's the plan. So we opted for the $150 a year plan. I think you can, the more time you buy, the less it costs. But we thought, well, let's try it for 1 year, see how we like it. So for 3 cats, that was $450, which is a pretty big chunk of change I'm a teacher and we're out here in June. Going into the summer without a paycheck is kind of tough. So doing that, it's for our peace of mind. Also, the other cool thing is that when we're out of town, we have a cat sitter who will put the Tractive app on their phone and they can do the exact same thing and call them in, and they know it gives us peace of mind while we're away. So that's it. I would say this is a pretty cool gadget. I highly recommend it. Tractive maybe just make the change on making the sound better and adding this, and I think it's overall a pretty cool product.